we are on the site of the castle.
And it was the first time the Beatles had really stopped being semi-professional almost.
Look at that.
Absolutely fascinating.
That's what you do. You buy these planes that cost money and make a difference in it. But we never do that.
Never complains, gets up, gets on with a smile on his face.
He just want you to sit in your chair and go, hip hip hooray, for the Western press and the Western narrative. He dared you take you the same old, every single day, without this. If you haven't seen it before, please watch the first series, the first 2 episodes, the second series. Stallone. Hi everyone, I've just got up, just had a shower, didn't even get a shave or anything, and anyway, I don't think I can carry on. I haven't even had a cup of tea. I just, as I said, I just this minute jumped up, ran in, had a quick shower, took my tablet, which I have to, or I wouldn't be doing this. Anyway, that is LA. There's a lovely flag. Morning, Frank. Morning, LA. Watty. Watty. Morning, Watty. Morning. Do you know, I'm in the process of watching a film called Code 46 or something, with Tim Robbins and Angela Mortimer. I can't make heads or tails of it. This fella, it's set in China, funny enough. It's a 2002 film. And you want to see China, it's an absolutely gorgeous place. Don't know whether it's in Shanghai, set in Shanghai, I'm not quite so sure. But anyway, I think it is anyway. It's supposed to be in China, and whether it's filmed in New York, Hong Kong, I'm not quite so sure. But anyway, forget all about that. And I couldn't make heads or tails of it. Has anyone else seen it? Code 42 with Tim Robbins and Angela Mortimer. It's about a fella who is he's an investigative, not insurance, not anything like that. He works for this big conglomerate, and he goes around. If any misdoings, he goes to people, to investigate this companies. But anyway, he goes to this company, and the next, he just asks. If he tries to get information and they say, no, we can't give you information or whatever, say like an address of a person. And he just says, okay, fair enough. Can you tell me something about you? Just a little bit about yourself. And if they say like, oh yeah, I like horse riding, or I like doing this, or I like doing that, and going to test, he can read their mind. And the question he's asked, it's in their minds and he can read it. So if he's asked for an address, it'll come out. when he reads that, and he just says thank you, gets up and goes to their address. Do you see what I mean? That's what he can do. Still can't make heads or tails of it though. That's how it starts off. And Angela Mortimer was working for this big firm thing, you know. I don't know what they fucking do. I think it's about drugs. You know, medical drugs or whatever. And he has to investigate it. So one thing leads to another. If you know what I mean. So I just thought, I can't watch this. Turned it up. I was about halfway through it. It was so tedious. It was flat. It just kept being flat. There was no like, none of that. It was just flat. Anyway, what do you think of the Reds today? And the match? Let me know. Let me know, boys and girls. If anyone's still there. If not, I'll turn it off now. I know it is. What did I say last night? What did I say last night? It'll get postponed, didn't I? Because I got a message just before, as I was in the shower. Matches up. So, where does that leave us? Where does it leave us? Waste of time, isn't it? Waste of time. Because that wind kept me up all night, you know. For post-bowl, Frank, the outfield matches off. Dara has struck, yeah. Storm Dara. This wind, it kept me awake all night, you know. Couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep, honestly. And what has happened? I must have gone to sleep about, or dozed off after 6 o'clock. And then I woke up just before. Not even just before, I just jumped into the shower. Just jumped right into the shower. Had a quick bang, you know, here I am. I don't have time for a cup of tea or anything. But, and the positives are, get our players back, injured players back, that is, and McAllister will be available. Yes. And the outfield, more than Frankie, strong gust, isn't it, lad? And I had a drink last night. I usually sleep through them. The missus moaning, but Derek kept me up, same as me. Same as me. And the outfield says McAllister now misses the Fulham game, which is worse than missing this derby. I don't know, you know. I really don't know. If we'd have played today, Everton would have just come out and kicked us. Kicked the hell out. That's the way they play. You know that. And especially the last derby. Especially the last derby, because if you look at it, it's their Goodison farewell in derbies. And they would have, by hook or by crook, they would have gone out to try and win. They would have done anything. You know what they're like, the cloggers. They just like going in and clogging us. That's what they do. That's what they did. And what you're saying as well, Anfield, the game against Fulham, who will have? Who will have back? We'll have back Allison. Allison we'll have back. We'll have a strong midfield with the likes of Jones, Sabozlai, won't we? They'll be there, and Gravenberch. Gravenberch will be rested up. I think that's another little saving grace as well. He'll be rested up. But nevertheless, we can't afford any complacency now, especially after today. If results go against us, put it that way, against us. And Youssef says, look, the Youssef says he's answering Anfield. And Grav has to be careful for that game because he's on one yellow away from suspension. If he gets that yellow, he misses the Spurs away, I think. Fulham are a weird team. They always seem to turn into Prime Madrid again. Yet they do. I think every team from now on, they do that. They do every team. Every single team. Look at Nottingham Forest at Anfield. when they beat us. That game should never have been lost. Anfield. So they do turn. Youssef, Anfield's roar to Youssef. Yeah, lad, that is true. We have some tests over this festive period, personnel-wise and rotation-wise, because, as was shown at St James's Park, Nunes, Gomez, Quansah have not been great. Totally agree with you there, Anfield. I have to agree. And this is why, look, see, one mistake by a player, one mistake, that's all it takes. And it's catastrophic. This is us, though, isn't it? It's catastrophic. And you've only got to look, haven't you, at that Kelleher and his catastrophic mistake. One mistake. Final, the dying embers of a game, and it cost us the game. Would Ali have done it? Maybe so, but I doubt it. The same flight of that ball. So he wasn't aware, was Quavine. Someone was behind him. And the Anfield, Frankie, they have said when the derby will be rescheduled for, they are gonna they're gonna crowbar it between a tough fixture list. You know they will, because they hate us. And Fulham are very tough. They're a tough side, actually. They are quite an organised team. Hope they do us a favour tomorrow against Arsenal. I'm listening now. I can't hear any wind, you know. Has it subsided? But I said last night, didn't I, it'll get postponed. I said last night it'll get postponed. The game. The game will be postponed. I'm not, look, I'm not even dressed. Look, I'm fucking freezing. Has anybody seen this, Phil? It's not subsided here. It's howling here on the Mersey. I can't hear it. Well, obviously, just bear with me a minute. Yeah, still windy. Still, I just want to see how, like, I've got a window there. And I can hear nothing. There's how strong it was. I've got one of those things, you know, underneath the door. What you call them? Sausages. And it's down the York. It's that wind. That windy. You should have played the game in place back there. Should have played it. Garbutt. Hey Frank. Hey Garbutt. Hope you're well. Yeah, as Chris Smith says, Derby game postponed safety. Yeah. Yeah. I said last night, though, didn't I, that the game will be postponed. I said last night. Has anybody seen that film Under Suspicion yet? I've asked you. The show said they should have played us in my garden. Frank would have drawn the curtains like Shank. Garbutt. How was the game against Newcastle? When I first came on, we should have won it. That was the first thing I said when I did the post match. We should have won it, and it was a terrible mistake. You know, people don't like saying about other players making mistakes, but you have to. You have to. You know, Kevin Kelleher has been absolutely brilliant for us. But he made that dreadful mistake, which cost us the game. In the dying embers of the game. And he made a dreadful mistake. And that's all I'm saying on the matter, Garbutt. I couldn't watch it. Why? Why couldn't you watch it? Was you nervous? Or didn't you have a stream or anything to watch? Sounds fun. No, it's not fun. And Keller is the best keeper He's a great keeper, but he's not the best. We have the best. He'll be fit very soon. I think he's fit now, to be honest. Oh, Garbutt. I'm in India. Anyways, I was travelling and couldn't bring my gadgets. Oh, is that why? That's a shame. Paul Turner. We need the other forwards to score instead of keep relying on Salah. Well, this is why, you know, people are criticising Darwin, because he's not pulling his weight. It's like anything. It's like any profession. If you're not pulling your weight, you get criticised. If someone is doing all the work, you see. But you're right. Jota, look, when Jota got injured, it wasn't his fault. It was a sending off as well. And what happened? The fella never even got booked. The fella, he grabbed him and fell on him from a height and done his ribs in. And he hasn't played since. It's not a muscle injury or anything like that. And it's, you can't breathe when you've got one of those injuries. You can't breathe. But Jota tried to keep playing on. And he just said, I can't do this. Couldn't breathe. And people are moaning at him. So if Jota was, fit, he'd score goals. He always does. And yeah, we do need someone to help Mo out. We really do. But our forwards always score goals, no matter what, whether it's Mo or anybody else. The performance cost us the game. Alisson cost us sometimes, but still rated. Of course he's rated. Behave yourself. Still rated. Did you realise what you said then? Still rated. Fuck's sake. What else? Do you ever remember when we won the Champions League? I'll fucking come back to you on that. That's a fucking stupid comment. Do you ever remember that when we won that? Do you ever look in Madrid? Do you ever remember that? Without fucking Alisson, we would never have been there. Remember the Napoli game at Anfield and that save that would have put us out. Don't be coming out with still fucking rated. Kells deserves his place. Up to you. That's your opinion. The performance cost us the game. Alisson cost us sometimes, but still fucking rated. Regardless, I'm not particularly impressed with Darwin this season. No one is. I think Lucho, Gakpo, Mo should be our front three. Yes. Yes, because Gakpo's scoring. I know someone just says, we can't rely on Mo all the time, but Lucho's scoring us too. And so is Gakpo. And Garbutt says, I still love Darwin. Darwin puts in a shift, not being used to used properly, needs an early ball to use his pace and strength on the shoulders. He was getting balls the other night, and he was outpaced sometimes, and he was even outpaced. When was it? I forget when I was watching that fucking many games, and he's being outpaced. Think about that. And if he's not like one of these players that just can run onto someone and come in and score. He has been outpaced. Whether he's slowing down, I don't know. Keeping up with him, that is. Opposition. Gary Digby, morning Frank. I was really looking forward to the match today. Stupid wind. I'm a red through and through, but it's tragic that Goodison won't be protected as part of Liverpool heritage. He fucking gives a fuck. He gives a fuck. I don't. And I'll tell you for fucking what. Stop coming out with these fucking statements, will you? I was at a game and I was called a fucking murderer. And getting all the gestures like that at Goodison. Do you think I give a fuck about that place? Hey, do you? Like, he never said to me personally, but as I've always said it, time and time again, Hillsborough. And when someone calls us, when they start fucking shouting and calling us murderers and everything else and doing all that, I take that personally because I was there. Me, I take it personally. And you're fucking going on about heritage. Fuck off. Fuck off. Stop being annoying. Sorry if I disagree with you, Frank. Still nice to have free speech, yeah. Chill, Frank. Oh. When someone annoys me like that, especially over Hillsborough, especially on fucking grounds that call us fucking murderers and doing the gestures, no, fuck them. I'm just giving you my free speech. I'm a specialist on architecture, believe it or not. Specialist. Tell you about architects. Tell you about buildings. I could even tell you Manfredi designed the Galleria in Milan, right next to the Milan Cathedral. Do you know why? I'm a specialist on architecture. And in Liverpool, what he's saying, keep the heritage, fucking Goodison. We've knocked down buildings that meant so much. Buildings that have disappeared forever here in Liverpool. Hadn't a fucking clue about the heritage of those buildings. He wanted to knock down the Lyceum at the bottom of Bold Street. I had a fucking clue about it. Built in 1799. The building had been going on since 1794. And he wanted to pull it down. Forgetting who was going in there. Forgetting. Great people. Great philosophers. Great writers. And so we has our pennock with, and we saved it. The Lyceum. They wanted to knock down the mansion house, the White Mansion House in Calderstone. Only for me. Me. They didn't know the heritage of it, the historical heritage. If it has a fucking clue. They wanted to knock down the collegiate. I was lecturing up in Hope University. I got wind that they were going to pull it. What? Gets down there. I said, do you know who actually built the collegiate and who actually studied there? And you want to knock it down? Saved it. That's why they have a look. You get city planners and they're not even from Liverpool, you know, they just fucking say, pull that down, get rid of that, knock that off. It annoys me. It annoys me. Do I want to save Goodison? I wish they'd fucking blow away now. No. I don't want to ever be. I don't want that fucking there reminded me of what I was fucking called and what fucking thousands of others was called. Our fans. We lost 97 of them. And they call us fucking murderers. Doing all that. Gary. Anyone who mentions that has something missing, Frank, especially Everton fans, lowest of the low. Yeah. Yeah. Frank, match prediction. We would have beat them today, Garbutt, but it's been postponed, as you know. And Gary says, breaks my heart when I think some of the buildings they've knocked down in this city and whole areas, Scotty Road, yeah, I grew up there. Park Roads, Wavertree Road, all gone, yeah. Yeah. It's a shame, really, you know. We look at heritage in a big way. I do. And when you look at heritage, you've got to, it's no use looking at a building and going, oh, isn't that lovely? You've got to know the plans behind it. You've got to know who the architect was. But we've done some good things. The Liverpool University, that brick, Liverpool, where I went. Well, that's a museum now. Top of Brownlow Hill. It's a museum now. Beautiful building. Beautiful. Mosaic clock face. The only one, by the way. So we're very lucky. We have some of the finest buildings. And have a guess what else is saved? Thomas Jefferson said to George Washington, he said, listen, he said, you better get someone over for our interests. And he said, where? This is during the American War of Independence. He said, get over to Liverpool. because there was American ships here. He said, we've got to look after our interests. So we said, okay. And he sent a fellow by the name of James Morey. And James Morey, he was an Irishman, James Morey, who went over to America, came to Liverpool to set sail. He said, you've been to Liverpool, haven't you? He went, oh, I've got to go back. He said, yeah. And he stayed there 42 years, James Morey. And his first thing he went into was Paradise, as we know today, is Paradise Street. And he went into this building where he made his home, and he made the very first, you might as well call it embassy. And you can all see it, it's all there, building, with the big eagle on, the big eagle. They were going, I was the historical consultant for Liverpool One. Me. That's a name, like things, you know, whatever. What's behind that particular site? What's behind this? And I said, don't knock that down. That's one of the greatest pieces of English, Liverpool heritage that you could find. What's that white tone? Wow. Wow, he said. I love our heritage. There was me and a fellow by the name of Phil Griffiths. And the gates that you see from the old Sailor's Home, the gates that you see, we got back, me and Phil, with all these crabs, well, I call them crabs, jumping on the bands. I said, who are these people? The fuck are these? Oh, doing all that. Oh, yeah, boy. And I just said to Phil, I said, you know what? I said, they can fuck off now. I said, I'm getting off. I said, I've done my bit. We've got them back. I'm going. I didn't even get invited down for the unveiling. Not that I'm worried, because I know I got them back. Those gates outside John Lewis, me. And the lad Phil Griffiths. We fought hard and we got them. Nobody else. Me. I'm talking about the Sailor's Home. They knocked it down in 1974. They even knocked down the cold storage place in Williamson Square. They didn't know the heritage of that. Those two buildings. The Theatre Royal. The Theatre Royal. Just imagine the Theatre Royal, right? If it'll still be there. The building, the stone will be like St. George's Hall. St. George's Hall. Beautiful building. Like a rotunda it was. Like a rotunda, it was rounded. Beautiful. Charles Dickens. Franz Liszt did some of his composing there. Franz Liszt. Sarah Bernhardt. Some of the greats. I can pull it down. The David Lewis Theatre. Pull that down. And he would have pulled a lot more down as well. And Gary says that's it. They don't care. They haven't a clue They get outsiders to ruin our city. Yeah. Just imagine if I was in the office and they would have gone there. I would have gone there. No fucking way. These people are talking to themselves. Final Merseyside derby at Goodison, and it's been postponed. Yes. Yeah. Shows you what they know, isn't it? Aren't Everton getting a new stadium? It's fucking built, lad. You move in for next season. It's built. Callum. Everton fans are actually disgusting. I went. We can win the league at Goodison Park now and then. His response was, support your local Pakistan club just cause I'm mixed race. I was born in England. Someone say that to you, Callum. Really? That's fucking shocking. Sorry about that, Callum. It's my birthday and the derby got cancelled, but a press. It would have been if we won. Yes. Remember our little terminology, belated. You could have a belated one, so don't be worried. A belated win for your birthday. But you're all right with us, Callum. We won't call you anything. What I mean, like, we won't say, don't be. Gary says, I'm convinced it was all planned. They hate Liverpool and want Manchester as the second city. I might sound paranoid, but I've watched it happen over. Of course. Of course. They wanted to put, on license plates, when they have the license plate, they wanted to put an M for Manchester there on every license plate, here, Liverpool. Of course, they've wanted it for years. And they tried to get, like, we're 051, as you know. They want, Manchester's 05, 65, whatever the fucking is, 06. We're 05. And they wanted to change it around to give Manchester 05 and we take the 06. Do you know that? I'm glad you said that, Paul. It's sad to see the Adelphi today, the reputation, and now, especially the history back in the day. Do you know what? They said, why they said they won't shut it down so to refurbish it. It loses too much money. It's fucking sad about this. These people, they're not Liverpool people who own it. If Liverpool people owned that, if I owned it, I'd shut it down and get it refurbished, modernised. fellow by the name of Frank Atkinson designed it. He designed it, and he has a cousin who, you know, you might know this, or you might know it. I've been on the telly about this, by the way. He's on that BBC fucking thing, and excuse me. Anyway, the I'm just thinking there, you know, where Francine's taking me shopping. I'm wondering if she'll come down today. Instead, she was taking me tonight, you see. Made some shopping now. Anyway, that's by the by. What was it talking about? I forgot what I was fucking talking about. As I said, I only woke up. I've only woke up. Honestly. But anyway, you know, our heritage is second to none. And the Adelphi, when you look at it, and if I owned it, I'd shut it down and refurbish it. But when you get outsiders owning the fucking thing, they're just making money. And it is a disgrace. I've been to functions there. Fucking terrible. I always remember going to, I was hired to do a function, and not to do a function, to, you know, to be the speaker. So anyway, I went in the morning, not morning, you know, midday, lunchtime, and it was in the night. And the fella who hired me looked around and I said, "Are you getting this fucking carpet cleaned?" Because there was women, you know, in the background, cleaners they were. He said, "Oh, yeah." I said, "You better ask and get these chairs are a disgrace. This is in one of the function rooms." He said, "Oh, everything will be sorted out." And then there was, he said that tickets were sold on the sole purpose of I was giving the speech. And there was a big buffet, you know, everything on a buffet. So people bought tickets, you know, and the buffet didn't exist. It was like chicken korma or something like that. The floor wasn't even brushed. You know, the carpets, you know, the big balls of hair on the I know I've got no, like a reputation or whatever, but you know, I felt this fucking asshole. And he said, well, he got hold of me a few months later. He said, well, I said, "Fuck off. You stupid, horrible, nasty little man. You want me to give it?" He said, "But you were great for it. He saved the night." I said, "Saved the night." I said, "You're a fucking disgrace, you." No. Callum. At least we will have Jota and Canate and Bradley back for the derby. Good point. Callum C. Everton New Stadium will host some wonderful pop concerts whilst they tumble into the realisation that the Championship football is their stark reality. I love your banter, Frank. Let's discuss what they said to Callum. It's just typical, but not surprising about toxic they are towards us. You're so right, Paul. You're so right. Where we're going fucking, there's rabbit holes everywhere, unfortunately. We always seem to go down them when we get called things. And Callum replies, Callum's only a young fella, you know. Yeah, Paul, mate. Not even surprised back then. He's got it. It breaks my heart, Frank, when you see who I stayed there and it's in a terrible state. I stayed there once and it was awful, unfortunately. It was shocking. Well, it's still shocking. It really is shocking. Before I go on, I've just seen Karen's message there. Karen, have you been listening to me swearing? I'm sorry, you know. It's just that I'm annoyed. You know, sorry about that. Karen says, Frank, the company that have bought the James Street Hotel White Star building, they are closing it to do a complete refurb for the Signature Living crew. Did things, yeah. Signature did do things on the cheap. Yeah. Oh, I'm not reading your thingy, Marie. I'm not actually reading it. You know what I mean? Just stay away from the thing. You can't if you don't like my comment or what I say in my reply. 6 decades. Same as me, sweetheart, same as me. And I think you're fucking in, to be honest. I think you're in, Chris Smith. I think you are in, Mary. See, you've got problems. I don't want fucking problems on here, you know. This is a fucking film show now. Go away. Or I'll just block you. Okay? Contextualise Liverpool and Manchester. An aircraft carrier is currently docked here. Try that some manoeuvre in Salford Keys. I mean, a effing canal compared to the majestic Mersey. Do me a favour. Exactly. Exactly. You're part of the Reds, Callum, surrounded with fans, side by side with you. Yes. Yes. And he says, yes, Paul, Reds, the only right way, but ever Red. Good lad. We always hear things. Dice right now is saying utter woke nonsense. What do you expect? Woke is the downfall of us all. I thought you had Tourette's. I know you're passionate. I know you are a passionate. Yeah, of course. No worries. Thank you, Karen. Thank you. Give Steve my regards, by the way. That time, Karen, when me and our Gerrans were trying to pronounce your name when it first came out. So funny. The surname, that is. So funny. Gary says, There is a YouTuber called Billy Moore from Liverpool, and he's always slagging Liverpool off and does videos in Manchester all the time. I had to unsubscribe from him after arguing with him. Yeah. There's a YouTube from Liverpool. He's always slagging Liverpool off. Billy Moore from Liverpool and slagging Liverpool off. Is that the team or is that the city? He slags off, or both. I don't know. No, he would never slag your city off. I've never slagged us off, ever. I'm proud of this city. I'm proud of its heritage, proud of its history, as you know. Dice, says Callum, is fuming. He couldn't play pool without Diogo or Eden. Oh, I've seen that Billy Moore. Surprise, surprise, he's a blue, says Paul Taylor. And Billy Moore's a wool. But there you go, says Callum. And as he says, Gary says, the City fan, but he's an Everton fan. But he's bound to slag Liverpool off, isn't he? I don't slag Everton off, you know. Never have done, never will do. But when that fella turned around and said, you know, about the heritage of Goodison, fuck off. Sorry. Nothing's out for me. I'm not fucking interested in that. I have nothing good to say about them, you know. Honestly. Not once all that, you know. That's fucking hatred. Hatred. I won't go to a derby match. Never go to Goodison. But yeah, well, that's it, you know what I mean? Goodison's nothing now. And it won't be anything. And I won't go down to the Dockers Club ever to see Liverpool and Everton play. Ever. If you know what I mean. You know where the Dockers Club is, so when you're on the Mersey. And you know, I've mentioned this before, I forget when it was, but you know, derby game at Goodison, at Anfield, because I wouldn't go to Goodison, you say, after being called that and all that. Oh, fuck you. And then at Goodison, I was in the Kenny Dalglish stand up, and I said to the guy, I said, what are they shouting there? You know, the little corner of all them. He said, murderers. That was the last time I went to Anfield to watch a derby. I said, I'm not fucking standing there listening to them at every game. And they still do it, you know. Without the port of Liverpool, there'd be no industrial infrastructure in the northwest of England. I was on, believe it or not, Sky Sports a few years ago. And they said to me, he said, you're a historian. Is there any rivalry with Manchester? And we were playing Man United at the time. I said, without Liverpool, Manchester wouldn't have existed. And he went, why? And I told him, I said, we sent them through the COP. And we allowed them to build the canal. Because without us, they would never have existed, Manchester. They were laughing their heads off. Sky Sports, say that. Anyway, carries on by saying, think that one through before lambasting the city, and I'm an import with an indigenous emotion. There he is, because he comes from Stoke. There's Big Red, and when he came to Anfield once, he said, "I'm coming to live here," because he was welcomed. He has a good banter with the Reds. You know, the Red fans. He is a Red, and he said, "That's it. I'm going to live there." And he's been here since. And he's made up with his next door neighbour where he lives, because he's got very strong Wi-Fi. That's great. Strong Wi-Fi. Made up with his. Oh, Callum, Billy is probs annoyed. The city is called Liverpool, not Everton. Did you ever notice, the Everton name? And where did they set this little site in Walton? They should have been called Walton. You can't make it up, can you? If we slag our own city off, what hope do we have by shooting ourselves in the foot? I've argued with people when I've been away. To be honest, these arseholes, by calling Liverpool for it. I'm not half putting on each other. Okay, now, little fat face. Yeah, I've had run-ins, with people when I was younger, like, slagging Liverpool off. And I don't mean football either, I mean the city. The last time I was in Italy, it was just before COVID, so only on my own. And I've said this before, and this is what I'm like. I was having something to eat. It was in the evening, and there was a couple on another table. It was empty, just a couple. This is outside. This, I think it's some sort of hotel. Anyway, so I'm sitting there, and I was speaking, to this waiter. And this lady who was with her husband, I found out it was her husband, who was sitting at the other table, said, "Excuse me, where are you from?" And I said, "Liverpool." First reaction out of the fellow was, "Oh, what's your handbag? We have a Scouser in the house." And he was expecting me to go, I said, "Do you fucking think for one moment that I'm going to walk over to your table, grab her handbag, and fuck off with it? Do you expect me to do that because I come from Liverpool?" And he's sitting there like, he said, I said, "I don't fucking like jokes like that, fella." I said, "No Scouser likes jokes like that." I said, "You're the epitome of arseholes who say things like that about us, Scousers. You epitomise the fucking lies about Liverpool." Oh, pricks. That was the last time I was in, just before COVID it was. on my own. And I seen him once walking around. And he went, oh yeah, I went, fuck off. I don't like people like that. Stupid jokes. Kind of, he's trying to get a laugh out of his wife. I said to her, so you could do better than him, can't you? A fucking taxi driver from London he turned out to be. Gary, Manx calls us thieves, but they stole everything off us. Of course they did. Gosh. Well, no wonder ever they called the Toffees because they always get licked. Neverton, says Cal. 1878, 1995. And Snaky. There's a lot of envy from people outside the city who, by the national media's portrayal of Liverpool, the regurgitated diatribe propagated by those who've never visited as baseless boss city this. Look, that's why we're hardly mentioned in history books. No matter how you look at it. Hardly mentioned. Hardly mentioned. Simply because I don't know. I can't get my head around it. I just don't know. It's not just now, You go back in time. We didn't get a Liverpool city, our city status until 1880. 1880. Think about that. And look what we gave before we got our city status. I'll just get. Listen to me. Listen to me. We gave do you know an underground tunnel? A tunnel underground. But not just underground, they went to underwater. We were the first to do it. James Street Station. First ever in the world. Tunnel under a river. We gave the dock system. We gave the railway system. Think about it. Think about that. All before we got our city status. I think one of the jealousies as well was in 1846 when we opened up the Bank of England in Castle Street. I love how cheeky bastards and fucking scousers. Mark Twain, when he was looking over the balcony of the down Castle Street, town hall, he said, these people and the businessmen, because we were proper businessmen, and he couldn't believe it. Even Queen Victoria, when she was looking over exchange flags, and she looked and went, oh. Because she said, Liverpool gentlemen and Manchester men. And they didn't like that. Remember they tried to steal our Lion? The Lion, the steam engine. the oldest one on the planet, the oldest steam engine on the planet. And remember, I always forget this fucking prick's name. It was while the capital culture was going on, and he said to me, he said, come up and have a look at this thing, you know. There was this fucking Scottish fella, fucking arsehole he was, during the capital culture. And anyway, he brought me into his office, and he said, what do you think of this, Frank? I was looking at it. I said, oh, that's good. You know, until it came to the railway. Because we were pitching ourselves with New York. And, you know, we was twinning ourselves. And then he went like that. It came up, you know, this voice, his fucking voice, this fella's one, and said, the Manchester to Liverpool Railway, the first in the world. I said, you fucking what? He said, this jock was saying there's nothing wrong with that. I said, you're a fucking idiot. Say no, fuck off you. I haven't made it. I said, it's the Liverpool to Manchester Railway. Get that through your fucking heads. I said, another fucking thing you didn't mention. I said, was the overhead railway. The first electrified overhead railway in the entire world. Why didn't you mention that? And this jock went like that. Well, it's not here anymore. I went, oh, fuck off. I'm getting carried away now. But that's the way these fucking people were. Max, someone, his name was Max. Forget a second name. No wonder, you know, these fucking pricks running fucking our birthday, which was the year before, and the capital culture. No wonder. Fucking assholes. And it has annoyed me, honestly. If any city should have trams, it's we gave the blueprint in the world, the first in the world, us. We said, yeah, to Manchester. Just see how, you know, let's give it to Manchester, you know, because there's more room there. Let's see how it works. So Manchester had the first tram system. And it worked great. Mike Story, that fucking idiot, he fucked everything up with our trams. We were getting them. And he wanted to put them from Kirby, not against Kirby, obviously, but from Kirby into the city centre. And I was at a fringe meeting. I said, what the fuck are you putting us up there for? You need John Lennon Airport. That's where it should come from, to get people into the city. And they tried to reverse it, didn't they? We bought all the, you're not going to like this. We bought all, you know, all the tram lines. We bought all them. So we had to store them in Manchester. So when the bidding ran out, you know, the government says you can't have it now. You know, you fucked it up. Story. Fucked it up. So we didn't get our tram system. What happened to the lines? They went to Manchester to build, you know, to extend their tram system. You couldn't make these things up about some of these people who fucking ran our city. If any city should have trams, it's Liverpool. But they wouldn't let Liverpool have them, but Nottingham got them. We were getting them, we had everything sorted. Gary, everything. We even built, it's around the city as well, you know, some of the, you know, where you get off at now, you know, so they built the curb higher. They bought houses, knocked houses down on the way to Kirby, but they never knocked them down. You know, they bought them and they couldn't knock the houses down because the fucking lamp system wasn't going, so they all moved back in. Fucking you can't make these things up. Honest to God, you can't make them up. Sorry, lads, I took geography back in school. I don't know much about history. A freezing journey. What year was the tram fiasco, Frank? Right in the capital of culture year, 2008. We should have had it now. The tram's going. Where United today, that would have been knocked down, that building, because it was coming right up, like Dale Street, right up, right around, it's going London Road, all around the city centre, and then down to, it would have been fantastic. The loop would have been absolutely amazing, our tram system. And right down to John Lennon Airport, right into the city centre, right around the city centre. Would have been fantastic. Fucked up. Because they said, oh yeah, we won't go to Kirby now, we'll go to John Lennon, but it was too late. The money, by the time the money was going to be used, it ran out from the government. Stuck, got no fucking tram. It's a shame the overhead railway disappeared on the waterfront, says Paul Turner. Do you know what people get mixed up with? They say, oh, it would have been a great tourist attraction. Of course it would have been. But the point was that it was already a tourist attraction. You can find posters where it says, you know, fantastic posters. Travel on the overhead railway, see the docks. And so it was already a tourist attraction going back then. And they knocked it down because it was bombed during the war, but they fixed it. But it needed £2 million to strengthen everything. All these new plates had to be put in. Well, they didn't have to be put in right away, but anyway. So they decided to knock it down, but I think that was corruption anyway. Because some councillors were in the demolition business. Think about it. The Custom House, the 5th Custom House, where Shabazz Park is now. Incredible building. 1828, John Foster Jr. designed and built it, bigger than St. George's Hall. 32 columns. Beautiful, same material, stone as St. George's Hall. So could you imagine that there today? They fucking knocked it down in 1948. What for? Preservationists even then were saying, don't fucking knock it down. What's the matter with you? It's only gutted inside. 1/3 of it was completely okay. And then Sentry went in the door. What a beautiful building. Oh, pull it down. Do you know why? So I'll tell you what, more corruption, by the way. The fucking Americans wanted to buy it. They said, we'll buy that off you. Take it down. Be careful taking it down. And we'll get it shipped over to America. I don't know where the fuck it was going, like. And they were taking it down. But the Yanks got fed up and said, it's taking too long. We don't fucking want it now. But you didn't know that, did you? How much corruption in the fucking world today and what's going on in the world? Corruption. The biggest corruptors is the arms race. All these people, these fucking military things, contracts to build bombs and fucking everything else. Gary says, I've always said we should have got a bridge over the river as well at this end, Liverpool to Birkenhead. You couldn't because of the ships, to be honest. It was about to being like Tower Bridge, you know. But I understand that. Well, I'm going to finish now. I hope you don't mind. I haven't had a cup of tea. As I said, I jumped straight up, jumped in the shower. Well, I never jumped in the shower. I hobbled in the shower. And sorry that I haven't spoken any films. Everything just went anyway. So listen, thanks for keeping me company. I'm freezing. I'm sitting here freezing because I'm in a short sleeves. Snafey. Have a good day, everyone. Take care. Cheers, stay. Chris, a bit similar to the HR, yeah. To the north, said it was too expensive, gave the money to fill in potholes in London. I'm not sure if that was going to go. It wasn't. Oh, no, I was just going to Manchester. What it says was, oh, it only takes half an hour to get from Liverpool to Manchester. What do you need it for? No, so I wasn't coming here. Christopher, we get left out of everything. Everything we get left out. Paul says, I apologise, Frank, for not interacting more on your show. But you don't be worried, Paul. You're always there. And it's lovely to see you. I have Satanitis at this time of year. Anyway, have a good weekend. Take care out there. Yeah. Yeah. It's still windy. It's not going to subside till I think tonight, is it? Do you know what? I get this fucking pain in this elbow here. Oh, you know, my left elbow. It kills me. It really does. Well, anyway, thank you so much, you lovely people. If you haven't subscribed, even press likes. The algorithm gets out there. The algorithm. And no one seems to press the likes, unfortunately. Well, anyway, I'm sorry about this, but I'll be back next week. I'll be back next week for proper films. And join me tomorrow night. It's got John McCardle on tomorrow night on my history show. Cracking fella, John. Billy Corkill from Brookie. Got him on, good friend of mine. And see what he's up to. Great young, great fella. Tuesday night, we've got the football show, as you know. Thursday night, we've got the football show again. Friday night, we carry on from what we was talking about last night. You know, all these like conspiracy theories and what's going on in the world today and things like that. And next Saturday morning, 10:30 as usual, the film show. And I'm sorry, little Elf, great film. Do you know what they put that down as? A comedy drama. How's the win there, you Frank? I'm not telling you. Come to Liverpool and fucking find out. I'm only joking, I'm only messing. Yeah. It's bad, you know. It kept me awake all night. That's why I jumped up late, Callum. Really, it kept me awake. Why did I do that? Because he did that thing so But honestly, boys, you know, let's keep our chins up, eh? And let's see how it is, you know what I mean? And as Gary says, really bad winds here in Liverpool. It kept me awake all night, as I said, Gary. Really did. Do you know what I've got? I bought myself two. You know those, you can buy the what you call throws. But these are electric. Heaters. Oh, fucking great they are. Almost great. I've got one around, I put it around my shoulders, you know, when I'm watching the telly. Around my legs. Oh, one around me. Oh, it's great. Love it. As Flutterson Park fell down yet. He's got Flutterson. Anyway, boys, I'll have to go. I haven't had a cup of tea. I really haven't. I was trying to think of something, you know, there. And I was pivotal for, does anyone want any wardrobe? I'm trying to get rid of two wardrobes, and I don't know anyone who fucking wants them. One a pine one, and one's like a modern one, if you know what I mean. I'm trying to get rid of them. And I don't know where to get that. Like, I'd love someone just to take them off. Take care, Frank, says Christopher. Yeah, you take care. Looks like the trees in Sefton Park are waving at me, says Gary. And don't you just hate it when we have no footy? It's like annoying. Yeah. Strange, isn't it? Wouldn't it have been fantastic if it would have been fucking international breaks that were postponed? Give a wardrobe to Evan, might stop the leaks. Yeah, but anyway, I've got to go. I'm really made up that you have persevered with me. Thank you so much. And I'll see you when I see you. I'll see you when I see you. Thank you so much. As the Italians say, ci vediamo. Callum, our little Callum. Until Tuesday, lads. Big up. Absolutely, Callum. I'm going, see you. Thank you. Lunady. Lunady. See you Monday. Ciao.